Got this set of aluminum rods in for a big block Chevy customer. A couple things that are done on them a little different. They're not scalloped out in the beams on either side, and it's not scalloped in the cap area. Jeff Brock is building these rods now. The pin end, I like the way they've done the oil hole setup on it. It comes with, I believe they call it a 12 millimeter bolt or half-inch bolt in it. Just the whole setup is nice, and he'll build, basically whatever you want. This is for a blown big block Chevrolet customer. You need to check him out. It's Jeff Brock. I'll put a link or a phone number in the comment section so y'all can get a hold of him. But the quality, time frame, communication, everything about the situation was great. I'll kind of keep you updated on a few things as I go along with this project. Don't know how many people have actually seen a black light set up to mag crankshafts with. This is the electromagnet here. You have a liquid spray and a black light. And I'll show you kind of how I do it. I just bought this portable setup. They make big cabinets and stuff, but this seems to work pretty well. Had it for a lot of years. So you got a foot pedal down here and magnetizes the crankshaft. Just kind of move it along. I tilted it a little bit of an angle. I don't know if that really makes a difference. Start spraying it down with the pedal depressed. Give it a good coat. Heard a lot of people's feelings telling their crankshaft broke. Better to find it now than at some point when it breaks the crankshaft in the motor and tears up a lot of stuff. You can kind of see it's wet looking now. Let me go over and turn all the lights off. Makes it nice and dark in here. Sorry about that. You can see, I don't know how well y'all can see it. It's kind of hard to see. I'm looking at the camera. You can see the green looking on the bottom side of the rod throws is where the cracks will show up, and on the mains closest to the rod throw. But that is a black light procedure, checking a crankshaft for cracks. I don't see anything in this one, so I think this customer's got off lucky. And that's how you black light magnaflux a crankshaft. You look at it in the regular light and you really can't see all the green and stuff. Sorry if it's not that good a video, but kind of hard to film in the dark. So hope that lets people know how it works. Thought I'd show you how I check ring lengths on pistons. I'm, typically like everybody, they mic the skirts and stuff, but I just have a set of pin gauges. Bought them from MSC. They're from 11 thousandths to 60 thousandths in diameter. This piston has a 043 top ring, so you take a 43 thousandths pin gauge and it'll slide in the top of the second ring. Kind of check, make sure it slides around the top and the second ring. Then I'll get a 44 and see it goes in too, but it's pretty snug. It will go in. Take a 45, and I don't know how well y'all can see, it doesn't really want to go in. But you get around here for this. I've already checked this piston. Get around here to this area, and you can see it slides completely in. You can move to this side. It'll slide in. It gets where it doesn't quite, and then you get over here on this side, and it really doesn't want to go in. So, my opinion, this piston here, it's a little wobbly loose. It's pretty much used up. That's how I check a used piston, to check the ring lands on it. I don't know how everybody else does it, but that's how I do it. Plus, mic the skirts. Thought I'd show a few items I do when I'm assembling a motor. I took a piece of acrylic plastic, milled me a slot in it, to hold pistons so I could put the rings on. A lot of people just take them and roll them on this way. I've noticed when I take motors apart that haven't been run much, sometimes you can tell that they've been put on that way by the wear pattern, especially on the second ring. So this is how I put rings on pistons. Get this and move it over here. Just use my rod vise and clamp this in my rod vise like so. Let's see if I can. Yeah, y'all can see that. Piston sets in there like so. Make sure you got your up and up, and I just use a set of cheap ring expanders. Put the ring on. Just make sure you put them on in the right direction. And that's how I install rings on the pistons. They float nice and free. And I think I showed you a little earlier about checking the ring lands and stuff on used pistons. So that's how I do the rings on pistons. Thought I'd show you these things I built here to chamfer rod bearings on. Just a rod, cut it off, TIG welded the top part of the rod to a piece of tubing. The rod cap's loose on it. Tighten this up good and tight. Chucked up on the center of the rod here. Put it in the lathe and turn the OD and ID. And I'll show you how it works here. I usually just clamp it on the ID. Clamp it in. Pop off the rod cap. You can snap the bearing in. It locates it properly. Just like you're putting it in the motor. Flip it down on there. Tighten them up. And then you can just move in with the lathe and cut chamfer on it. This one's already been narrowed up. It varies from crankshaft to crankshaft what you can do or how much. Also, here's one for a big block Chevrolet. I seem to use this one more than anything. I've got one for a 2-inch bearing size, a 188. I've got one for a Chrysler Hemi. So I've got several of them. I just wanted to thank everybody. I should have said this before I ended the video, or for watching the videos. Got to know a lot of good people out there. One of them is Ed from Ed's Machine. He's got a shop over in Missouri, I believe it is. I actually sold him my Superflow 110 flow bench that I had that I didn't use anymore. Came over, we visited for a couple of hours and stuff. You guys need to go check him out. He's an old school guy, kind of like me. He does a lot of interesting stuff over there. Go check him out. I appreciate it. Like I said, thanks everyone for watching, and thank you.